Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Prime Minister, does he stand by all of his government statements and actions?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes, so Mr Speaker, especially in education, where our government is delivering the most significant investment in learning support in a generation to better support Kiwi kids and to make sure they thrive at school. This means more teacher aid hours, it means more learning support coordinators and earlier intervention to ensure that our kids are getting the tailored help they need, and that teachers have more time to teach the basics brilliantly. I am very proud of what we have done to lower tax rates for working New Zealanders. And I just say on this side of the House, this coalition government cares about working New Zealanders, and that's why our tax relief plan, the first in 14 years, was of huge benefit to many New Zealanders and appreciated by working New Zealanders. But what I can tell you out there is that lower middle income working New Zealanders who were let down over something like 32 months with wages growing slower than actually inflation are very, very grateful that under this government, with the parties in this coalition government, we are making sure that we deliver for low and middle income working New Zealanders. These were the people Labor used to care about, but not anymore.
Supplementary. So how does an average $100 a week cut to the accommodation supplement for those working hard to make ends meet by taking in boarders help those low-income families with the cost of living crisis?
Well, that isn't unreasonable, that we would expect that if you're earning income from boarding or from subletting, essentially, that income is considered in your calculation. That's a fair thing.
Supplementary question. Why has this government cancelled pay parity for early childhood education teachers, a profession dominated by women who were already reeling from the fact that his government unilaterally cancelled without notice their active pay equity claim?
Pay parity still exists in ECE, but all we're doing is making sure that the owners of ECE establishments get to set the pay rates, not the government.
Supplementary question. So how can he claim that pay parity still exists if it doesn't exist?
Well, exactly as I said, it does exist, but the question is, we don't believe that just because you've got a qualification and a master's degree that you should be paid more and mandated to pay more than someone who's got 25 years of experience in ECE. That's up to owners to determine what they pay their workers so that they can work out what they charge to their consumers.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. How will early childhood education...
Supplementary question, right on Winston Peters.
Could I ask the Prime Minister, if a boarder is paying more than $100 per week, aren't you better off as a consequence of this simple mathematical equation?
Well, I just think it's entirely reasonable that actually any income generated through renting or sending out to a boarder, that income's included in any calculation that the government offers support for.
Supplementary. How will early childhood education services pay any teacher salary increases when the government's offered them only 0.5% funding increase? Or does he expect them to pass that cost on to parents in the form of higher fees?
Well, again, we're leaving that for owners of ECE establishments to work out their cost base, to work out what they pay their workers and ultimately what they charge their consumers. That is normal business practice.